Hello everyone. Hopefully a less patchy stream than last week. Thank you, Ryan. The tradition supporting the channel straight from the beginning. Oh, a little tipping in the coffee jar in the description. Thank you so much, Ryan S. Yeah, 5G, I don't know. Well, as long as you get the sound. Can't believe how many people actually watched the stream from last week after the fact as well. Yeah, well, that's a good sounding record as well. Hello, Düsseldorf. Do I know you? Electronic Symphonies. Huh? Well, what are we listening to right now? Huh? First EP of Jacob Maskell-Key, who has recently been discovered under the name of Nihiloxica on Nyege tapes. This is under the name Spooky G. A little before, it's like a 7-year-old record. So yeah, you could just go in the description of the video and there's a link there. It's the first paragraph of the description, and you follow the link, and if you can and if you want, it's much appreciated and very helpful. Hello Thomas. Salut Julia. Ah, wait. Exactly, Ryan. No, it's coming. It's usually the first track is like that. Now we're going to the abyss. Spooky G. Limbo Yam, Fair. This printed the inner sleeve. Very nice record. I bought with the intent of DJing this, and I guess it can work, but it's really deep, and well, you won't find the moment all the time for that kind of stuff. Hello, Lim. Oh yeah, for sure. Hello, Bat. Hello, Dory. So now, yeah, we're going deep in the abyss with record I just got almost out of curiosity. If you remember last week, for those who watched the stream, I played this record, Marsfield, which is Christopher Heeman with a certain guy called Brandon Walls, who hasn't done much, but this is what he's done. Solo LP on Dom America. It's like a droney, dark ambient record which could very well be a field recording. I'm not even sure. There's some harmonies creeping in every now and then, but overall it's a nice little ambient music, concrete, experimental music field recording album that is still going for dirt cheap on Discogs because the guy is up, virtually unknown, has done very little, so what would you know about him? Huh? So last week, lots of technical difficulties, of course, and which kind of distracted me at the beginning. So I might revisit a couple of tracks from last week that I was quite frustrated with how, if you saw the stream, you know. Thomas, thank you very much for a very nice tip in the coffee jar. And Christopher. Oh yeah, well. Ryan. So yes, I wanted to play this again because it's such a wonderful record from an artist that I discovered recently. He doesn't have that much records out, at least on vinyl. Yosuke Tokunaga. This record came out last year, really, really good, but this was just released, or very recently. Lengths. Six lengths, as it's 6 tracks. Came out on this Italian label. Such incredible sound textures. Yeah, I really think this guy is one of the very good, the most interesting new names in electronic music. Oh, Sean, thank you, Sean, for the tipping. Thank you. Hey, G. Don't go the god. Hello, Stefan. Yeah, he has. Hello, Michael. I hope your stream went well. I could, of course, yeah, it was difficult for me. Yeah, I understand. I totally understand you. But yeah, tonight will be alright, no problem. Hello, Rich. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna talk more about that. Me and Michael are probably doing a stream on Sunday, talking about records, upcoming records. Hello, William. Hello, Ducmo 1975. Yeah, hopefully, it's going to be quite, yeah, as always, quite a different assortment of music. There's a little bit of a focus on the avant-garde stuff maybe tonight, more than usual. I'm not sure. We'll see. At one point, I'll try to please Liam as well, and you guys are welcome to bring some input, some direction, as I'm now being almost caught off guard. Now, a record I played, I already played some time ago, but I don't think I thank you, Marcos. Marcos just supported the stream for tonight. Thank you. Yeah, it's a record I've, since I got it, I've been just constantly listening to it, and I think I didn't really give it a proper focus, or at least, yeah, just telling you guys you should definitely get this. Does anyone know this? not an expensive record. It came out 2 years ago or a year and a half. There's copies are still available because I don't think people did really noticed it or gave it the proper credit it deserves. This is from Style Sound, the American label dedicated to African contemporary African music. And this is Saran WhatsApp, music from Saran WhatsApp. Yeah, already showed it, played it, but yeah, this is the music being played in the south of the Sahara, the north of Senegal, if I remember correctly. Well, and this is the music that is being just recorded on cell phones and exchanged through WhatsApp, hence a certain aesthetic quality. Hello Fabio. Yeah, Etran, exactly Thomas. Etran de Laïr, who have 2 albums. They're good, but this track is, I think, the best they ever did. Hello Ryan Anderson. By the way, I didn't say, but the t-shirt I wore last week, thanks to you Ryan, that was a bit of a that was big. I'm tall but not big yet. Yeah, indeed, the 333. The 10-inch was a laugh cut. When they're well pressed, like in on stereo, because usually or often older laugh cuts are pressed or cut in mono and have not such a good sound. No, this is not the Mdu Mokhtar. Yeah, this is pretty good. They're not featured on this, but you have all kinds of bands on this. I'll play another one quickly. Yeah, it's such a nice compilation. So you get 11 tracks, 11 different bands. Well, this one mastered by Jessica Thompson. I don't know where it's pressed. I don't think it says, as with most of these kind of records. Sale Sounds. booklet with the explanations of all the bands. Yeah, well, it was literally recorded with a phone in the room. Like, hello, Ness. Amersfoort. Where is that? Is that in the Netherlands? And this is Oyiwane. The group Oyiwane was formed in 1985, made up of students from the primary school of Tday in Agadez, Niger. After participating in some national events, the group became known throughout Niger, led by the ever-present Kader Barmo Bala. Over the years, they've changed members that have remained a defining group of a popular style that uses vocal troops to tackle social issues. Mixing traditional percussion, Tuareg guitar, and folk songs, Oyiwane addresses their region with calls for development, education, and cultural preservation. Recorded by Kader Barmo Bala on Techno, December 14th, 2020, Agadez, Niger. Yeah. I did. It has, Ryan. I might be playing it tonight, actually. Hello, Two Wheels. Good. The fille de Il Gahed, I like it, but it's so well produced. What I've heard from them. Next, we're gonna have a very VC record. A lot of African music, the way we receive it through records or whatever, streaming, unfortunately has been gone through the process of Western mixing, Western arrangements and such. Sometimes the nature gets lost. Salut Chris. So where would this be from, huh? Hello Paddy. No, not Sweden, Thomas. It's a record from early 80s. Somewhat not expensive, but not a cheapo. Mystery of Bomarzo. This album has been recorded from November 79 till June 80 at El Mulab, Electronic Music Laboratory, Munich. All computer programs, especially for Fairlight's Music Computer CMI and Roland's Micro Composer MC8, have been written by Klaus Nestle. Digital informations have been used for sound generation and as control functions for analog systems equipment used. Synthesizers from Roland, Oberheim, Moog, and sequential circuits, sequencers from Roland, ABD, Z, blah 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 blah, Fairlight. The VC people. Hello, Jim. Yeah, this came out in 81, recorded between 79 and 80, as I just read. It's a record I've been intrigued by for 15 years because of the cover, and yeah. Yeah, nice cover. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Claude Larson, who did lots of library soundtracks. And he did collaborations between his real name and Claude Larson as well. During the 80s, like. But this is the sole album under the VC People name, if I remember correctly, and yeah, it's quite a fun album to investigate, to go through. Goes into more like kind of disco, more ambient, more tribal, more crowd, Berlin. Now, what's playing should be obvious for some. Yes, very true, Chris. And there's a couple of artists who have, I mean, the Eberhard Schoner Baliagung, I think, has a quite similar cover. Yes. Edouard, Bat, thank you for supporting the stream with a little donation in the description link, the Ko-fi link. Thank you, Bat. Hello, Nathaniel. Exactly, Thomas. So, the first album of Glenn Bronca was released on 99 Records, the New York label of Liquid Liquid, whom I played a side project of 2 weeks ago. And this is the first EP. Him and Rhys Chatham are, in my opinion, the architect of the Sonic Youth sound. And this is just so nice. Yes, Chris. It's weird because it's kind of it's noise, but it's also elegiac. It's rock, obviously, and it's minimalism. It's many different things at the same time. Yeah. Stefan, I know what you mean, which is mostly why I tend to even prefer Reese Chatham early stuff, which is very similar to this, but I still like it. Yeah, exactly. The Ascension LP with a great cover. But talking about minimalism, that can be different things at the same time. Hello, 808. Do that, Bat, and can catch it up later. Hello, Vinyl Joe. Afternoon, yeah. But yes, talking about minimalism, a band I haven't talked about in quite some time, except I did with Scott Cott during the interview we did together a few weeks ago.
Put him on the roster just to protect his battery. The coach's need improvement on the list.
He does, but his batteries are dead. Now that's a record that is very dear to me. I'm playing right now. Still, yeah, 3-4 cheap copies available of this, available in Discogs. Probably one of the absolute best British bands of the second half of the 90s, in my opinion. Thomas is almost there. Yeah, well, I might play a few tracks from this band because they go in different directions, maybe different records. It's a band, I think, between basically they have two incredible years, 97, 98. After 98, it's not as good, but during these 2 years, there's quite a few great EPs, albums. Yes, I knew you. I suspected that's what you meant. such good drumming. Terrific record cover as well. The Fun of the Century EP, which is like a mini album. Hello Daniel. Hello Alan. I double checked and you will most definitely get the record next week. It's arriving. Post office, which is a gas station on my island. There was some some stuff happened. I took it back and went to the city. So yeah. And there's a little surprise added to you, Alan, in it. A couple, actually. So Piano Magic was like a collective around Glenn Johnson that did stuff like that. It's difficult to describe what kind of music it is. And I'll show you other tracks on this very record that are so different. Hello, Frank. Oh, hello, Yola. I'm always mixing up for some reason GBL and Loyola. So yes, because Piano Magic is also kind of like a folk, psychedelic folk band.
Could it be that you drove me into your fleet of hand milk candy? Could it be that you sent me falling off the roof backwards gently? Do not let my words depress you. I'm here to uplift you now. I'm here to uplift you now.
Hello, Rast. Nice to see you tonight. Hello, Dom. Yeah, sorry for missing you yesterday, Dom. I was so tired.
Terrible lies she denies. Could it be that you broke me into
Yukmoto.
a sheet of rain-swept
Thank you, Tobias, for supporting the
silence?
channel
Could it be
with
that
the
you
Ko-fi
broke
link in the description. Thank you so much.
but that attempt to just
Yeah, very nice, Multiversa. It's just a
do not let my words
wonderful
distract
little
you
record.
from all the fun you demand.
There are some other records of theirs.
From the fun of the
It's
century.
strongly recommend. In fact,
No more concerning wet poems in your honor, captain of alienation and your money compassion.
Thomas, no, that was 1998 still, I think. right. We'll give you some of that. I haven't, Alan. I'm not sure I know what that is at all. Dreaming Eden. Nice name. Here's a bunch of piano magic. 7 inches as well. Split with Matmos. Split with Icebreaker. Basically, they are probably a band that is kind of that would have ended up on Ghostbox back then if Ghostbox existed already. They have this kind of whimsical, hypnagogic quality, which I really, really appreciate that. Oh, talking about, yeah. Oh, yeah, I've listened to that, yeah. I've listened to the clips, actually. It's pretty nice. No, not yet. Probably soon. Yeah. And another piano magic record that goes in a quite different direction, in my opinion. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a short piano magic focus right now. So this is considered an LP, EP, a trick of the sea, which to me sounds like a great like 90s indie Terry Riley record.
I'm in my Halloween boat with a hole in my heart the size of a girl.
Oh no, it's
Pacific
Halloween
Postman,
Boat, sorry.
30 west by 50 east on a black sea that joins up countries.
1998 on Darla Records. Darla. Such a great cover art
Life is
again.
1 second slow, says here on my watch. That's how I know. I'm a map pen on a dead sea, marking out 30 west by 50 east on the off chance that anyone
Yes,
should wish to know.
Icebreaker is Icebreaker International is the same band. Indeed, they don't have that much, right, Nathaniel? If I remember correctly. I remember I have a CD of them.
A trail of letters waltz on the tide
Yeah.
back to Maritime Plaza from my Halloween boat. And it's so cold, you can hear the moon. My life is 1 second slow, says here on my watch. That's how I know.
Actually, talking about boats, this reminds
There's a
me
hole
of
in my heart the size of a girl.
my current
30 by
absolute
50.
obsession
In my
in
pocket
music.
a letter, the let's make it better note. But I'm all out at sea, asking the harbor to come this way, closer, to swallow me. And there's a hole in the boat the size of a star that I plug with the letter.
Huh, okay.
Let's make it better.
How do you remember them? Do they stand up the test of time, Nathaniel?
A peep show for Jesus. He looks through the stars.
here it starts. Pure bliss. Not many copies available of this. Still affordable. One in the US, while the others are in Europe. Thank you, Andrew, for supporting the channel. Andrew just did a nice little coffee tip in the coffee jar in the description. Yeah, totally. I mean, after the album I'm playing now, the third one, it's not bad. It's actually quite good, but I'm less interested at that point. And after that, I'm not at all. Then it becomes a little bit too much of like an indie rock band. Still a little bit interesting, but not as unique as these early records from 97 and 98. All right. I don't remember if they came out on CD, on vinyl though. Oh yeah. No, I see. Yeah, I have that first album from '99 on CD somewhere. Should give it a listen. Mastered by Casey Rice, who did Tortoise. Yeah, Vinyl Dreamscape. Exactly. Yeah, for records that are from that time, quite limited, quite small pressings. These are records from back then, like if you were into them, you knew there was something special about it, and you knew these records are not gonna always be cheap. These will eventually just disappear. That's a good way to look at it, Daniel. Yeah, it's serene, but at the same time quite a little bit dramatic, but in a good way. Yeah, between 97 and 98, there's like 6 or 7 records worth having, you know. I remember the third album, I had it and I gave it to Richard Divine when he was staying at my place, Low Birth Weight, which has a few good songs, but I think the good songs are already on some of the EPs, which makes it a little bit like Pram's North Pole radio station album compilation. This is really, really good. The brother, woo. I'm still not 100% convinced by I don't know, there's something for me in wood that is maybe a little bit too demonstrative, I would say. I know it's I'm being very critical by saying that, but yeah. So what is my current discography obsession that you guys are helping fund? Yeah, Twee probably as well. Well done. I'm always after that, Loyola. But actually, yes. And two who have been kind of underlying, and I'm waiting to be able to afford them because not super expensive, but a little bit too much to just spend it without thinking right now. But yeah, sure. I had a video about his trip in London. Julius Jabbar is the name of his channel, and he found one of these Musicas records from this series of 5 LPs of new traditional folk Hungarian music, which are amazing, which I showed and love. It was nice to see someone pick that up in the wild. Now, the psychotic version of what we just listened. Yeah, it was a nice whole video where he shows the records he got on his trip in London. Yeah, I don't think he watches these streams, sure, but yeah, it's always nice to see one of the guys in the VC who I'm always curious to see what he picks up. So yeah, this is absolutely my current obsession. An artist I've had records for off for a long time now, but I only recently realized how I need to concentrate myself much more on him, because it's a him and it's a German guy again. Yeah? This is a record I picked up in Den Bosch. Last week I showed and played Legendary Pink Dots album. One that had some quite specific visuals. I can't find it now, but here it is. Asmus Stichens. And if you recognize this font again and this kind of artwork, Yes, this is Nurse with Wound. This is on the United Dairies, the Steven Stapleton's label. And yeah, as Musicians, he's been around since like mid-late 70s. He released a bunch of, like first a solo album that I'm getting soon. And then a bunch of albums on Sky. One I played a couple of months ago, I guess, something like that, which a lot of you liked very much. Most of them have been reissued on Bureau B in Germany. And then he did a bunch of cassette albums that are pretty good. I'm going to talk about that very soon. Hello. Yeah, very much so. The stuff, the thing with Asmus Tichans is that he's from Hamburg, which is a coast city, a harbor, a port. So he often references life at sea, life on sea, life by the sea, either thematically or even in the sounds that he uses or creates. That album on United Dairies is very good, but quite a bit of a mental album. You still can find it for an acceptable price. But I wouldn't necessarily start with that one. So between, I think it was 80 and 82, he released four albums on cassettes, most in the US, if I remember correctly. And they were all reissued on vinyl in a wonderful box set on vinyl on demand. 4 cassette as Musicians. There's a version, a 4 LP version of that, and a 4 LP plus 1 bonus 7-inch version of that. You can still find the one with the bonus 7-inch for a very decent price on Discogs. I think there's 2 copies available, and well, when I play the 7-inch, I'm not sure there will be many copies left. The box set, they did 600 copies, out of which 250 had the bonus 7-inch. A85. Yeah, kind of. That the album on United Dairies has a quality like that. Yes. This kind of what is it called, like shining ballroom music. Hello, Popo. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was that was my expectation, because they're quite cheap, to be honest. I think they were less around 60-70 euros for 4 LP plus 7-inch. There was one copy of the one without the 7-inch, but not in really good condition. Yeah, me too. I wouldn't say I wouldn't get all his records. There are some that I don't like. He did so many different things. He's a self-taught musician, but he was around some of the absolute masters. He was in a band called Lilienthal, featuring Dieter Moebius from Cluster, and Connie Plank playing instruments. Very rare. Connie Plank has recorded a lot of albums and singles, but he hasn't played on many records. Some of them, quite a few, but not that many. And that's one of the few bands he was actually part of. It's a one-off, but I'm gonna play it soon. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, you get it or you don't. Not that you need to get it. It's quite personal, but for me, I would say that was one of my very last, until proven different, blind spots in this whole like post-industrial, post-punk electronics scene from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Of course, I knew about him, and I had like a few records, and including some I didn't know was him, because they're not even. He denies him being behind these records, but now I know for sure they sound like it. But yeah, Dory, I'm sorry. I know this is probably a little bit too. I don't know how to describe that. It's a little bit autistic music, maybe. But don't worry, we'll listen to some more, some less brain melting music as well. Yeah, I got it on eBay recently, done for a very nice price. Yeah, yes, exactly. He's still producing, collaborating. He's just such an enigmatic figure. I'm probably going to do a whole video about him at one point. Of course, Popo. I have most Polynolidaos records. and I'm a huge fan of Stuart Dempster. Hello, Manuel. Yeah, well, it's on. I'm gonna do it. These are the 4 cassettes. This is a compilation of a box set compilation. Huh. I see what you mean, actually. The next one is kind of in that direction as well. Next one is a record I missed a few times, and I finally got one version of it. I think some of you are going to be, some of you are probably already aware of it. This was originally released as a 10-inch mini album in Poland in 1996. Because it's a Polish band. This has been reissued 3 times on vinyl and sold out each time. Yes, Thomas. Exactly. I was sure someone would know. expected you would like this one, don't worry. Hey Mike, I feel you. I'm not surprised. Yes, Dory, Polish. Indeed. It's it's really a wonderful band, and it goes in different directions. Again, really wonderful, like folk, traditional, but also including synthesizers, different kinds of instruments. Yeah. And one member of that band had a solo album that I'm going to play after that. Off kilter indeed. Bye bye, Dom. Talk this weekend maybe if we find some time. This is the time to remind you to like the video, put a thumbs up on the video if you like it, leave a comment if you're watching this after the fact, after the live streaming, and please consider leaving a little tip to your DJ in the coffee jar in the description, the first link in the description. Thank you. The Tremek Nage album, very interesting, very cool. It's basically the arranger for these two albums of Seshuk. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of the band.
You seem quiet these days, and I've acquired lazy ways. Think to myself, is this another slice of the cake that makes up this rich life?
So Everything But the Girl has a new album out recently, right? Well, this is the first band of the singer.
Reading under the tree. Party life is not for me. So let's slip those crazy ways and a drink a toast to these hazy days. Yeah.
Tracy from the Marine Girls, their second album. The first one is a classic of like dubby post-punk. Second one is more pop in a way. It's a nice little album. On Cherry Red from 83. Here she is.
Blue skies burn us by the weatherman says I try to do all he can, and I think to myself as I shut my eyes, this is just another of life's wreckage lies. More quietly on the heart and love's words are the peace of love.
Hello, I'm the Dead.
Scented with wet plum bloom and singing, May rain comes down and numbers how deep is
Now this is one of my favorite musicians ever. Singer here.
how deep is love.
Anyone recognize her unique voice and vocal technique? Yeah, it's not the most revolutionary thing, but the first album is really nice, and this one it's a grower. Yeah, always, yeah. Between avant-garde industrial, modern classical, proto-indie, post-punk, yeah. So who is this? This is Richard Berger and Dolores Stevens. Richard Berger, signed and dedicated by him. But what's interesting is Barbara. One of the very few recordings of hers that was missing. Yeah, Joan La Barbara. Yeah. It's one of these records that totally under the radar, and yet I looked it up earlier today, and it's quite elusive. There's not many copies of that around, and of course, the one I find is dedicated by the musician. Hello, Loki. Well, it's called Prepared Piano, the first 4 decades. There's a reason for that. Oh yeah, that's a good compilation, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately not cheap. Well, you don't need to be prepared. You just need to embrace it a little bit. Oh, nice. It's a really good album, yeah. See, it started quite chaotic, and now you're starting to get like some idiosyncratic ideas coming back and forth. Which I find quite nice, actually. Next week, I think we'll finally go into jazz a little bit. An artist I love, I haven't listened to in a while. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, you know, prepared piano is still quite. I think it's music that is. Just imagine if you heard that as a kid, as like a 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, like before you get into like identity, self-identity in music. This is quite mischievous in a way, in a fun way. I remember the first time I saw a prepared piano gig, John Cage, very famous for that, probably his most catchy work actually, and Yeah, I think this is the kind of music you can approach from a less analytical and intellectual fashion, more like, yeah, mischievous. Oh yeah, 100%. That's the quote of the night. Free, free, free. You see? You find a way to that by yourself. Yeah, these loops that are kind of, you could feel of the wrong length, like something a little bit approximative, but actually, no. Yeah. Now, historical record. That was on the very nice Musical Heritage Society label, by the way. I love their inner sleeves. This is probably the best album from one of the biggest artists of the 50s on Blue Note, in my opinion. Someone I don't see many people talking about him at all. Hello, Eddie. What's going on now? So again, like, we'll see if someone recognizes this. It's a saxophone player who was very keen on electronic music, as you can hear. It's the first electronic jazz records from '68 on Verve. Again, guys, like the video, leave a comment if you want, if you're not catching this live, or even, and please leave a little tip to your DJ if you can, in the Ko-fi link in the description. Thank you. Exactly, Thomas. That motive, the hexagone, Very interesting, huh? Here it is. Still a pretty cheap record, by the way. Getting an original of that. I don't think it's got reissued at all, by the way. Wow, Steven. Yeah, Steven just left a extremely nice and generous tip to your evening's DJ in the coffee link in the description. Thank you, Steven. Much, much, much appreciated. There's a couple of Portuguese albums I'm after, and that this will go directly towards. Yeah, you see, like, I think there are similarities and connections that we can draw between a lot of the stuff we've been playing tonight. I'm glad you see that, Daniel. Yeah, and they're still cheap, 85, right? I think you can get it for like less than $20, maybe even less than 10. Confirm this to me, please. Ah, see? I wouldn't get all his records, but yeah. The Andromeda Strain I showed. the original soundtrack for the movie, The Andromeda Strain. A fun little like sci-fi catastrophe movie from the early 70s, I think. Yeah. What's interesting is how the electronics in this sounds so like vintage and raw and kind of transgressive, because "20 years later, he would return to Blue Note, the label that on which he made like dozens, like at least over 10 records on in the 50s, for a very strange album called Mindscape. And yes, it's a Blue Note record. With very digital sounds, the Yamaha WX7. Super dated in many ways, but at the same time, I'm starting to really dig it, to start to get into that. There's a mono version of that on promo only, I think, that you shouldn't get. You should definitely get the stereo version of this one. Hello, Dave. That's nice. There's something quite naive about this in a way, but I don't know. I mean, it is. Of course, it sounds like the 80s, even if it's the late 80s. I totally see why you're saying that, by the way. Yes, in many ways you could say so. Absolutely, like this, like city pop jazz. There's a couple of tracks on it, by the way. Yeah, so I'm gonna let it go into the. I mean, the whole album is interesting. Hello, John. Long time no see. I've been meaning to try to catch your streams with George and Nick on Sundays, but it's a little bit late. And you also tend I saw the one time I saw it, you were totally hijacked by the usual gangsters. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Very dated and still just managing to, right now, maybe in 2023, 2022, starting to own this and becoming fresh thus. Someone asked me about Hungarian new Hungarian records, and I completely forgot. I got one recently. I showed it, but I didn't play it in the last week or the week before. So now it's gonna happen. I will, John, if I manage to stay awake that late, and if you're not hijacked by the others, because yeah, I like both your perspective and George as well. Just can't deal with the other bullshit. Yeah, some static on that record. I haven't listened to that in a long time now. But yeah, that tune here, so good. You can totally see like Miami Vice or some kind of like detective story from the 80s. Need some cleaning. Persistent click here. But the record, I don't think there's any scratches on it. It's quite new. The snorkels. Oh my god. Is it the one with like the underwater, like cartoons, like underwater Smurfs with like the the tube on the head? I remember they had kind of a fun theme song, but I don't remember at all how it sounded. Weird to see a classic Blue Note label for that kind of music, huh? Yeah, totally, exactly. That's what I used to call that as well, exactly. But it's a little bit unfair because MIDI implies two things. MIDI is a technology to connect different instruments together, electronic ones, and it's also a way to produce music on a computer. But this is more like the former than the latter. So not unlike Bartok, Bela Bartok, you can hear the influence of traditional folk music from Hungary, Romania, the violin. But here, in the context of a much more avant-garde composition, very, very nice. I love this. Batashish, he was, I think he was on that compilation I played last week of Greek electronic avant-garde music. Exactly. Thank you, Albert, for the nice little tipping in the coffee. And I also missed. I missed Rolf and. Yeah, missed a few of you, but thank you, Albert. Thank you so much. a little bit, tiny bit, Thomas, you know? Almost. It's a record I got in Den Bosch. Ah, that was you. Okay, thank you, Albert. Ah, it's experimental, but I would say it's even more avant-garde than experimental. Obviously, you can hear the violin, which is a traditional instrument, very core to traditional music in Hungary, and yeah. I mean, this is a Greek composer, but he composed a lot in Hungary. He was in the academy there. It's quite wild when you think about it. Because a lot of that kind of music often sounds a little bit too much, too trying too much, too hard from the academy. But on this one, I think he's just running wild in a quite joyful way. It's not too. It's not just intellectual. It's also a little bit crazy, which I like. I mean, I don't mind it being intellectual, of course, but. Sorry, Dory. Some of the noise, maybe. Now a deep record. I've mentioned that record some time ago, and I'm hopefully getting it soon in the mail. Michael talked about it, Michael 45, 2 days ago, the Fire Orchestra triple LP on Rune Gramophone, the band of Mats Gustafsson, but an album that was mixed and produced by Jim O'Rourke. This is Jim O'Rourke with Charlemagne Palestine. Oh, sorry, no. It's Christophe Iman with Charlemagne Palestine. But I think it was... no, it was on Streamline, which was a label. That's the Jim O'Rourke connection. Streamline was run by Jim O'Rourke through Drag City, if I remember correctly. So grand piano, electronics, and magnetic tape. Charlemagne Palestine is the great outsider of the minimalist movement of the 60s, which is weird because all of these guys were outsiders, but between Lamonte Young, Terry Riley, Steve Reich, Philip Glass, John Adams, Glenn Bond, Charlemagne Palestine was a little bit out there. He married a very rich woman in Belgium, and he makes all this performance with grand organ, like great big organs, and the wine glasses as well. So he's kind of the master of drone music in many ways, and he's also, what sets him apart is also his personality, in the sense that he's a very fun and joyful guy. I saw a performance of him once at La Villette in Paris, and after the gig, it was like in a great grand concert hall. After that, we had dinner, like at midnight, at a brasserie de nuit. Um, him and a bunch of friends, and I was invited. It was my birthday, and he climbed on the table in the dining uh, room of the restaurant and started to sing me his own version of Happy Birthday. And that was quite, yeah, quite the memory. And this is just wonderful music, in my opinion. Yeah, he's a top producer, I think, in the past 25-30 years now. But I like how Arthur and Dory are have created some kind of symmetry here. Oh, I forgot. This was the record before that was signed and dedicated by the composer. Ah, some people do read the description of the videos, huh? Salut Jean. It's super intense, deep drone music here. I don't know how much you get through the cables here, but yeah, I'm super happy with that record. It's still quite cheap, I think. Let me check. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like a $20 record. 2009. So we're approaching the end of the stream for today. We'll go on for 20 more minutes, I guess. Sometimes I go for even more. Depends on the energy I get, but seems reasonable. Almost now. Huh? Hey, I opened the stream with a dance track, but yeah, probably 808. I think we can get one. This is an interesting cheap record, again by our friend Asmus. Daniel did an incredibly generous tip for the stream today. Thank you, Daniel, so much. Guys, like and subscribe, comment, and consider leaving a tip. Even if you're not watching this live, you still can do that. I appreciate it very much, and I will definitely give you credit during the next stream. Thank you, Daniel, so much. So this is a split album between Deform, a French neoclassical industrial band with Asmus Hitchens, on Odd Size Records, the label of the shop by Laurent Perrier in Paris, a shop opened in '87 in Paris and was up until '97. I was a client there. Laurent Perrier he was in many bands, Cape Fear, and he is currently this guy, Heel. Super good synth music. Really interesting guy, really interesting figure in the underground avant-garde experimental scene in Paris. And the shop was a wonderful place where I learned a shitload in the mid 90s. I was there mostly. Yeah. He opened it again somewhere else, but the catalog of Outsize label is really interesting with early Marcus Schmittler stuff. And this Asmus Hitchens is one of my favorite ones. I really like this one. And you can get it for like $15, I guess. Yeah, totally underrated artist, underrated record, cheap, very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, that's Musician's track. So good. you like this track, this album is actually pretty consistent. Out of the 8 tracks on this, I noted 6 that are really good. So it's a double LP. It's not like directly like dance floor. It's quite low tempo, even if you can like go double tempo, which is how I mixed it. But yeah, totally no one noticed that album. So I don't remember from when it is. It's like probably like 4 or 5 years old. Hello Angelo. Nice to see you. You got some stunty dance music on its way to you. This is the kind of stuff GBL would love, I'm pretty sure. Ah, nice story. 3, 4, 5, okay. You can get this for dirt cheap. There's like lots of copies of it. There's even like near mint copy of this for 9 euro in Sweden. Yeah, but you can get it for around $10. By the way, next week we have a lot of new records, like new releases, stuff that some stuff that is pretty damn fantastic. I mean, not that I didn't play that, but I always get excited when I get brand new releases as well. Alright, you guys want to dance a little bit before we go? This is okay. This has a beat. It's quite like dark, brooding kind of. Yeah, I mean it's a good album. But let's think about our shoulders and our hips a little bit. Yeah, we neglected these tonight. Pretty cool and die cut cover. Yeah, for me, great dance music needs to be a little bit mechanic, like that. That you can hear it's machines, not just electronics. Thank you, Divine of Dreamscape. Ah, Angelo, you're on task. Thank you, Albert, hein? Arthur. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah. Don't worry. It's not that fast. It's 128 BPM, which is kind of decent. This is Albert van Abe. Van Abe. Champagne, Palestine, which is of course a joke about Charlemagne, Palestine. So again, a connection with what we played earlier tonight. Albert van Abe, he's currently doing more avant-garde electronic stuff, still with drums, but this is, in my opinion, his really best record. These organ melodies here, so good. Yeah, sorry Albert, now I get it. Oh, yeah, I do too, Dory. I was like when the body takes over. Thank you, Daniel. Always happy to see that you find your way into these streams. And yes, so there was a lot of experimental music tonight, but yeah, I mean, no one is surprised, I guess. Yeah? This is, after all, one of the special features of these Friday streams. Anyways, I had fun listening to these recently acquired records and some older ones, like revisiting, like the Gil Mele. I love these records, and a few others. And then just expect more Asmus Tichens in the coming weeks, hopefully. Especially if you guys keep supporting the channel like you do, then of course this is coming. And yeah, some pretty special stuff. Now I must say I need to prepare a pretty crazy budget for an upcoming Nurse with Wound record that is going to cost me a few $100, a little bit north of 500 euros. That I'm hopefully gonna get. Those of you who followed me for some time, 2 years ago he did a very special release like that, 25 copies only, double LP. Well, he's doing it again, unfortunately. And I'll have to try to get it. Yeah? But thank you guys for being here, and I hope you had a nice afternoon, evening, night, depending on wherever you are, or day if you're watching this, whenever you are watching this after the live stream. And thank you so much. Like the video, comment if you have if you want to keep the discussion on, and leave a tip. Bye bye, guys. Thank you. See you next week.